And welcome to another new video. In this video, I'll explain on how you can create a very simple restaurant website. Okay, so you will have to create something of this sort at the end of this project. Remember, you can download our notes or just read from our website www.learntechphilo.com. You can check in the description part. Okay, now this is our website. So if you click here, it takes you to mails. If you click on about, it takes you to about. You click on view, you can see what our customers have to say. Okay, now this is just a simple website. So and you love something of this sort. It looks so beautiful. Yes, so you can have these simple buttons here. You can also have customers review, and also we love your footer here. Okay, now and for this website is fully responsive, that it appears nice on a small screen. Okay, let's check. Great, this is how it appears on a small screen. And you can click here, it opens the menu. If you click here, it closes. If you open it and then you can click here, it takes you to about, take you to the dishes, can take you to the reviews. Okay, now you see now it looks so nice on a small screen. Now this is how it appears. Now to get started, you'll just need to create a very simple folder. You just create a folder here with your images, your HTML, and also your CSS. Okay, now next you'll just need to go to your test editor. On my side, I'm just using Visual Studio Code, and I will start with this. So you'll have now, and you'll have to link it with your CSS here. Okay, and this is your CSS. Great. Now we can get started. First of all, you need to create a div class. So this is just a class, and then we can call it ender. And the next one is to create another one for navigation. And create the next one for navigation. Great. Then first of all, you'll have now this is your okay. Amazing. Then you'll have some marino. Then you'll have to create a span class. Okay, a span now you'll have now this is great, San Marino. Okay, now next you'll need now to create another one just below here. You'll now need now to create div class, which is menu. Let's call it menu. And then you need now to have now your first, you'll need now to create a URL just below here. You'll need to create a URL. Okay, then you can have home. Then you can just copy this into several. You can just copy this into several. Right. Then you can just change this one to dishes. You can change the other one here to blog. You can change the next one to about. And also the last part, you can change it to review. Okay, and add some more. Okay, this is blog. Now about. Then review. Right. Now this is how now it appears on our browser. So you can click on refresh here. See, now this is how it appears. Sorry, we can see that you have a problem here. Okay, this problem. Okay, this is what. Okay, this is now. Look at this point for each. So this is a closing tank. Great. So I click on refresh. Okay, we are for home, and also this is another here, and for the last one, which is review. Okay, you can click on refresh. See, now it has disappeared and all that. So this is how it appears, and with that you can just start styling. You can just start styling, and we'll start with the header. So this is a class. Just need to copy this class name here. The next is to copy the class name. The next class name is to copy the navigation. Is to copy the navigation here at this point, and then great. So you can start with the top. So 0. You can also have left. So you can have the position be fixed. You can also have the height. 8 pixels. You can also have the background. The background just set to but you can also have the width. The width 200%. You can also have the display flex, and then justify content. That index just to appear above all other items. So this is 10. Just a 10. Okay, let's click on refresh here. So this is how it appears now. So the next part is to style now the links now, the links here. Okay, now you just need to style the links. So to do that, you just need to copy the class name here. Then you will just come here below here, and then you will start with the link. Although you'll have now to say that the font size, the font size, this is a font size now, will be 30 pixel. Okay, and the link here, so it will be 30. Okay, do not mind about this, we'll just have to style them. So the font size will be 30. You can have the color, color which should be set to that, and then you'll have now to set the padding. You can also set the padding. We'll set 10 pixels to the top and 20 pixels right and left. We'll also have tested decoration. It's none. Okay, remember at this point we have a span here, so we'll just need to style to copy this. Okay, actually you can just copy this, and then you can now have this is a span. Okay, we'll have to start the span, and for the span now we'll have font size, which is some big, which is 36 pixel. The color will change now. We'll change the color to orange. Okay, now we'll also have the padding will be the same, and also the others will be just be the same. Okay, but you can also set the font weight. You can set the font weight to be bold. Great. So just click on fresh. See, now this is how it appears. Great. Now the next part, we just need to work on the URL. Also this URL. So we just need to copy our class name here, which is now copy this class name, and then also we have another menu. Then okay, menu is just this class name here, so we have this class name here, menu. Okay, so we'll just need to style this, and we'll start with the list style, which will be none. You can also set the display. The display will be inline flex. You can also set the padding. You can also set the padding to 25 pixels. Great. So you can click on fresh to see. Now this is how it appears. Okay. Next part is to work on the. Now we just need to copy all this. Then we just need to work on the links, and at this point we'll set the color. The color will be just the same, which is this color, and also the font size. We'll reduce the font size to something like 20 pixels. Great. We'll also have to the font weight, which is set to 500. So we'll have now to copy all this, and then we set it when you place a mouse over it. How should it appear? And the color will only change. The color will only change, and the color will be that. Okay, so click on fresh. You see now this is how it appears. If you place a mouse, so this is how it appears. So the next part is to work on the text. Just below here we just need to have another class name. So just below this class name here, but just inside the header we'll have now to create her class name, which is test box. We can name it test box. Okay, now for the test box we'll have col1. Okay, for the col1, okay, let's copy this. Let's copy this, and then also have to paste it into several. Okay, not several, just twice. Let's copy to twice, and then for col1, this is change it to col2. Then for the col1, okay, we'll need now to add down heading. which is heading 1. You can call it what? Pizza. Okay. Now the next part is to add another heading 3. Okay, we've added heading 3. We also have to add some paragraph here. Great, we have added a certain paragraph. The next part is to add a link. Okay, a link here, a button. So we'll start a button. This is what we can name it. Order now. Okay, now we okay, you're probably done with that. And then for the next part is to add an image. So this is an image. Okay, you can call it, this is a pizza. Okay, this is an image with that name. Okay, with that, you'll just go back to your browser and click on refresh. Okay, you have some information added here, so it's just hidden just above there, and then you have your image around here. Okay, now the next part is just to continue, and you style your text box, this class name. Now you can just copy this class name, and then just below here you can have now your style in your class name, and you can start with the padding top, which will be set to 100% pixel, 100 pixel. So if you click on fresh, you see now it has appeared there. Okay, now let's continue, and then we'll have now to set the position. We'll set the position to something like relative, so it will be relative. You can also set the display, so it will be displayed in form of a flex. It will be displayed in form of flex, and then we'll also have justify content. Justify content now will have a space between. Okay, great. So this is great. This is how now it appears. Okay, let's continue, and then we'll love to copy the class name here, and then we'll start with our first class name, which is now the colon. Okay, just copy this, and then just here, just need to paste it here, and then we'll start with the flex basis. Flex basis, you can set it to 50%. You can set the flex basis to 50%. Flex grow, you can set it to 1. You can also have margin. You can set the margin to something like 30 pixel. Great. You can also copy the class name. You can also set the class name, and then at this point we'll start with the heading 1. So heading 1 here is what okay, let's click on fresh to see how it appears. So heading 1 is this part, and we are just starting to style it, and then you'll have now this is font size. Font size, you can set it to 63. You can set it to 63 pixel. You can also have now your color. The color will be set to, okay, you can also have the font weight. The font weight is bold. You can also have the margin bottom. The margin bottom, the G standard at the bottom is set to 10 pixel. Great. So okay, let's continue, and then you just need to copy all this, and then the next part is to work on your heading 3. Okay, your heading 3, and then we'll change the color. We'll change the color to, okay, the font size also. We'll also have to change the font size to that 3. We'll also change the, can also remove the font weight, and set the letter spacing. Can set the letter spacing, okay, to 4 pixel. pixel, and then okay. Now this is how now it appears, and we'll continue, and then next part is to set now the copy this, and then you'll have to style the paragraph here. At this point, this is the paragraph. You can also set the font size. The font size will be set to 17 pixel. We'll also have the margin bottom. You can also set the margin bottom, which will be set to 15 pixel. Great. Sorry, this is now sorry, this is okay. This is margin bottom, and the rest will be set to 10 pixel. Great. Now this is how it appears, and then we'll also continue on then style the link here. Okay. Now let's all copy this, and we continue to the next part, and then we'll change this one to link, and then we'll have to set the font size to 24 pixel to change the, and then you can also set the font weight to bold. You can also set the text decoration to remove the underlining and all that. Text decoration will be set to none. You can also have the background color, which will be set to this color, to orange. You can also set the color of the text here. It will be just this color, okay, which is almost a black. And then we'll also have the border radius, which will be set to 20 pixel. Correct. And also we'll also have to set the transition. Transition is to ensure that when you place a mouse, it transits. Okay, we'll set it to 0.5 seconds. Great. Now we can also style this. When you place a mouse over it, how should it appear? Okay. Now this is so far, and then at this point we'll also set the background color, which will change to black. Okay, this color, and then we'll also have the color changing to white. The color will change to white. Great. So you click on refresh and see this is how your button appears. This is how your button appears. Great. Now we can continue, and then if you click on or you just need to style the next part. The next part is to style now the, okay, let's copy the class name here. Let's copy the class name and then change this one to call to, and then we'll have to set the flex basis to 50%. We'll also set the flex grow to 1, and also the margin will be just 30 pixels. Okay, now this is how it appears. Okay, with that you can just copy the class name here. Okay, let's copy all this, and then you can say that with this you can style the image. Now the image itself, we'll have to set it to the height to the height, which is 500 pixels. Also need to set the width. The width will be set to 100%. Okay. Also need to set the border radius. You can add some border radius. Okay, at border radius you can add 5 pixels. Okay, with that, this is how now it appears. You see, now your image looks nice. But if you click on it and view it on a small device, let's see how it appears. Okay, it really looks bad. It really looks bad on a small screen. You see now how it looks. Now with it, we'll just need to style now to add some media queries to make it alignment and all that to make it look nice on a small screen. Okay, to do this, you'll just need to come just below here, and then you'll need to add some media queries, and then you'll need now to say the max width, which will be set to 767 pixel. You can then you can say that at this point we can start with the class name navigation, which is and then we can set the height. We can set its height to 100 pixel. Okay, you can also make the copy this class name. Yeah, you can just continue here and copy this class name. Can you copy the class name here, and then you can say that display will be black. Yeah? Will be just black. Great. Now at this point, you see now this is okay. Now we just need now okay to add some test, which is we can add some test box. Okay, the test box here, we can say that the flex direction will be a column. Okay, now it will appear in form of a column. Okay, at this point you see now this is how it appears. You see now nice. The next part is to style now the heading. We can have this is class name, and then we style now there. Then call one, heading one. Okay, we can style the heading one at this point, and then we can say that it will have a font size. We can reduce this font size to something like 42 pixels. We can also have a copy all this. You can just copy this. Just copy this, and at this point you can also reduce heading 3, and its font size will be just 24 pixel, and also can reduce the letter spacing. Okay, it will be something like 2 pixel. Okay, of this sort, and then can just copy the class name here, and then this point can paste here, and then we have call to. Okay, this is call to, and then image. Okay, we can reduce the image size to something like height. We can set this height to be something like 300 pixel. We can also set the width. The width will be just the same. Which is 100%. Okay, let's click on refresh here, and then you see now this is how your image appears, or your image appears on a small screen. Now the next part, and the most important part, we just need to to add some navigation here, or a toggle button. When you click on it, it will open the menu here. Okay, it will open the menu, and it also closes. Okay, now to do that, you need to go to your browser here, and then you'll need now to add or to search for the start path. Okay, so let's great. You'll just need to copy this, or just need to click on this side, and then okay, you just need to click here, which is 4000 bootstrap by start path. So you click here, and then you need now to just copy this, and then just into your page, you need to come here at the top part, then you need to add a link, right? Okay, just type that and then click render, then paste your link there. Okay, now with that, you just need to go back here and then search for okay, some icons. You can search for this, some icons, and then click on that. So you just need here at this point, you just need to search for okay, this is a class. Okay, we can search for class, and then can just copy, just click on this, then copy on this. Okay, now with that, just need to go back here, and then just below this, just below the class name here, we can paste this. Okay, and also at this point, this is not important, this is not important. You can just then copy all this. You can just copy all this, and then just below here, just below this class name here, so you can add some okay, this is what you can change this one to, this is bus, so this is bus, so you can see okay, you see now they are added, you see here and here. Okay, with that, you just need now to add some ID here at this point, and then you can, let's call it nav links, let's call it nav links, and then at this point you can just add on click, on click, and then this one will be hide menu, will be hide menu. Okay, with that, you can just copy all this, you can just copy this, and then at this point just paste it, and then this one will be show menu. Okay, to add some JavaScript at this point, okay, first of all, we just need to style there to appear somehow good. Okay, to style that, you just need to go back to your CSS, and then on your, okay, we are styling on a small screen, we are styling on a small screen. Okay, we can just copy the class name here, we can just copy the class name here, and then we can say that this is a menu, and then left URL, so the URL will have a padding, so we can say the padding will be set to 30 pixel. You can also set the flex direction, flex direction to be column. Great. Now the URL will be appearing in a flex, so you see how it appears now. Okay, the next part is to style now the menu. Okay, this class name, I just copy the class name here, and then you can say that at this point you can style it, and set the, okay, sorry, this is okay, we can just style it and say the position will be absolute, the position will be absolute. Great. And also that's the background, you can set the background, you can set the background to be something like, so it should be the same as the color for the header. And also the height, you can also set the height to be something like 100 weight. Okay, and also the width, you can also set the width to be something like 200 pixel. You can also set the top part to be 0. Okay, you can also set the right side to be 0, and also set the text align, so the alignment, so it will be okay, left, it will be left. Okay, sorry, this is left. You can also have the dset index, which will be set to something like 12, so it will be just above there. Okay, now the next part is to style now the file, already this class name. Okay, the file. Okay, to do that you just need to copy the class name, which is now the navigation. Copy the navigation class name here, and then just below here you need now to style now the, okay, this is a class name, sorry, this is a class name. So okay, at this point we'll have they will have a font size, which is the font size, which is 24 pixel. We can also style now the color. The color will be just be we can also set the cursor, so the cursor will be just pointer. You can also set the margin. You can also set the margin to be 12 pixel. You can also set the display, so it will be displayed in the form of a block. Great. Now let's click on here and refresh. See, now this is how it appears. Okay, now the next part is now to start now there. Okay, click and then this is not, so you see now they are appearing here on a large screen. Now to do this and to hide this, you can just come back to your copy all this. You can just copy this just above here. Okay, outside the media queries, now just here you can just paste it there and then style it and then say that display is none. Okay, now okay, we see that on large screen is hidden, so you see it's hidden. Okay, let's see on and continue with our now. Okay, to style now here, so we just need now to have a row, to have a JavaScript that when you click on open, or okay, at this point we can just come here and then the right will be just 200 pixel. Okay, so okay, let's click on refresh. You see now it is hidden. It is hidden. So we want now to add a certain JavaScript part, or just a small piece of JavaScript. When you click on this bus, now it will open the menu, and if you click on the close button, it hides. Okay, now to do that you just need to go back to your HTML part, and then at this point this top part here, you see now we've added some ID. Okay, you just need to copy this, and then just below here you need now to add some this is JavaScript. Okay, so you need now to add some script code. Okay, inside the script code here you just need to add some this is file enough links, and then say that document dot get element by ID, so it will get what, so it will get the nav length, and then okay, great. And then at this point you just need to add some function. So you have a function here which is now the hide menu, so and the show menu. Okay, so you can just copy on this class or this function here, and then you can say that the function show menu, you can say that at this point you'll have now to, okay, this is the class. You can just sorry, this is nav length. Okay, we can just copy this. At this point you can just style it and say that style right, and then will be just it will be 0. Okay, now just it will be just 0 on the right when you click on show menu, and then at this point you can change this one to hide menu, which will now mean that when you click on this it will show it will be -7, oh okay, it will be -200 pixel. Great. Now if you click here, you see it open, you click here, it opens, and you click here, it opens, and it close. You click there, it closes. Now we just need to add some transition here that to make it open smoothly, and at this point now you just need to add some transition here, and the transition you can set it to 1 second. We can just set it to 1 second. Okay, now if you click here, you see now it will open smoothly. It will open smoothly, and that's how you can add some twinkle on your okay, to be appearing on your smalls. So you see now it looks nice. Great. Now let's continue with the next part of our project, and the next part is to style now is the dishes. Okay, now to do this you just need now to go back to your HTML part, and then at this point just below here you need now to add another section. Which is first of all just need to add some heading here, and we can say that this is our dishes. Okay, now the next part you can add another heading 5, and you can say that check out our delicious meals here. Okay, now you can at this point you can say or else you can create a div class, and then first of all you name it container, then the next one you'll name it card. Okay, the card, and then you can create another one which is image box. Then inside the image box you'll need now to create or to add some images here, and the image will be which is image 1. Okay, we have several images. Okay, this is image 1, and then just below the image, okay, we can add another heading 3, and then we can say that test mail. Okay, can add some test mail here. I can say test mail. Okay, now the next part is to add a certain paragraph just below here, and then it will be okay. This is our paragraph now. The next part is to add another or to add a link. Okay, we can add a link at this point just below here, and then we can name it order now. Great. Now this is okay, this is what we're talking about. So you see now you've added your, and also this. Okay, now we just need, now at this point we had some ratings. Rating is just how you can rate your, okay, to add that you just need to go to your fold icons, and at this point we can okay, let's go back to fold icons here, and then we just need now to add a star. Okay, you can search for a star, you can search for this, search for a star, and then this point you can just copy the class name here. We just copy the class name and then go back. Go back. At this point, just below here, just need to add some ratings. Then you just need to delete all this. Just need to delete all this. Then you'll copy it several times. So you can copy it for. And then for the last part, you can search for the one which is alt, which is his. Then just need to copy the class name here. Great. Now we just go back here and just need to paste it there. Then you can also delete this one, it's not important at this point. Great. Now this is how it appears, and also we can copy this, and also at this point you can this point you can add a heart. You can add a heart. Okay, if you go back to your browser here and click on fresh, you see now some ratings have been added here. Some ratings have been added there, and also at this point you can now see that just below this or just after this you can add some line break, so it will appear in the next line. Okay, so you see now this is how it appears. Okay, now the rest part, okay, you just need to do this. You just need to start styling your dishes sections. Okay, we will start with our, okay, at this point you can add an ID which is you can call it a dishes. Let's call it dishes. Okay, you can just copy this ID here, and then go to your or your CSS part, and then just below here you can add, or this is now your dishes. And at this point, okay, we can say that we can start with the heading 2. Okay, heading 2 is just this is our dishes here. Okay, at this point we can say that the font size will be set to 40 pixels. So set that. Can also set the margin top. The margin top will be 10 pixels. Great, and also the font weight. The font weight which is be set to 600. Great. You can also copy all this. Sorry, this up to this. Okay, you can say that at this point you can say that this is what. This is heading 5. Sorry, this is heading 5, and then you can start with the font size. The font size will be just 18 pixel. It will be set to 18 pixel. The color will be set to, okay, we'll also set the font weight to 500. Also test align will be just sender. Great. Now the next part is to style now this class name or this which is container. So just below here, just need to paste it there, and then start with the width. Can set the width to something like 100%. Can also set the margin to 20 pixel top and bottom, and also outer right and left. Okay, you can also set the position. The position will be relative. So set the display. It will be displayed in form of a flex. So it will be displayed in form of a flex, and then flex wrap. Flex wrap, it will be wrap. Okay. Now you can also say justify content. This is justify content. It will be center. Great. And also align items. You can also set it at center. Amazing. So okay, this is how it appears. Okay, let's continue. And at this point we just need to continue, and we have another class name here, which is card. Then can just come here, and then we can have, this is container, and then you can also have this class name, right? The card. So the card will have a width. It will have a width of 280 pixels. You can also have the height. You can also have the height set to 400 pixels, and also the margin. The margin will be set to 10 pixels auto. Correct. Now to do that, okay, you see now this is how it appears. Okay, it now looks nicer. Okay, let's continue, and then now this is we have this class name. I just copy the class name here. At this point, or just below here, you can style the image, and the image will have a width. It will have a width which is 100%. It will have a width which is 100%, and also the height will be auto. Okay, this is the image box. Okay, the image box just here. This is now the image box, and now we just need to style the image. At this point, we just need to style the image. So this is image box, and then we just need to come here and copy all this, and then paste it here, and then we'll have, this is now the image. Now we just need to style it, and it will have a width which is 100%, and height will just set it to something like 150 pixel. Sorry, this is 150 pixel. And also the border radius, you can set the border radius. Okay, to border radius should be just 5 pixel. Correct. Now this is how it appears. Now you see. Okay, now the next part is now to style now the for class. Okay, the where you have now your first and all that, and this art and all that. So you just need to come here, and then at this point you just need to copy the class name card. Just copy the class name card. Okay, copy the class name card, and then at this point, okay, okay, the card will have another class name here, which is, can give it this is for, okay, amazing. So this, at this point, we will have now to set the color. The color will be just sorry, this is color. Okay, the color will be just okay, it will be just orange, and then at this point we'll also set the font size. Its font size will be just 18 pixel. It will be just 18 pixel. Also the margin button, you can set the margin button to be something like okay, you can set it to 6 pixel. Great. So the next part is to style now the, okay, we have done with that. You see now this is how it appears. The next part is to style the heading. Okay, our Okay, we are inside the card. We have heading 3 and also the paragraph and also the link here for the name. Okay, now to do that, you'll just need to copy the class name. Okay, card. Okay, this is a class name card. At this point, we'll need now to style the heading 3, and then we'll set the color. Okay, the color will be set to black. Okay, sorry, this is okay, and that's all. The font size. The font size will be set to 22 pixels, and also we'll have the font weight, which will be set to 600. Amazing. So you can also copy this, and then just below here you can change this one to paragraph. Okay, we can have the paragraph at this point. And then we'll also need down to change the font size to 16 pixels, and also now the font weight will be just 500. Also margin bottom, you can set the margin bottom, you can set it to 8 pixels. Amazing. Now the next part is to style now the link. Okay, the link is just we'll have now the color. The color will be just to white. Will be just set to white. This is white, so we'll need to add another F. And also the font size will be set to something like 18 pixels. Then the font weight you can just remain at this point at the last one, and then we'll have now the text decoration. The text decoration will be just set to 9. Okay, you can set the border radius. The border radius will be set to something like 25 pixels. You can set it to 25 pixels. And also the background color. You can set it to. Okay, amazing. And also the margin right. This is margin right. You can set it to 10 pixels. Amazing. And also you can add some transition to make it move smoothly. And also we can add the border. And the border will set to 1 pixel solid. Great. So this point you just need to click on here and see. This is now how it appears now. Okay. So we can add I think we can add some padding. We can add some padding here at this point. And then you can set it to something like 2 pixels. Okay, let's see how it appears when you add some. Okay, amazing. Now after this you just need now to copy this. Now when you place a mouse over it, how should it appear? Okay, let's copy this, and then at this point you just need to add some buffering effect that when you place a mouse over it. Okay, sorry, this is now this, and then just need now to see when you place a mouse over it, and then you see that the background color will change. The background color will change, and it will change to orange. Great. See, now when you place your mouse here, it changes. Okay, lastly, on this card we can add some information here, or the a span. We can add a span here, which will give some either cache, so we can say that this is cache, and we can set it to 400. And at this point we can style it, and then you see now this is how it appears. Okay, this is how it appears, and Then at this point we can style it and say that this is now, can copy this the card here, and then we can say that the card span can give it the color. The color will be just okay, it will be just sky blue, and then we'll also set the font size. We can also set the font size. Okay, sorry, this is font size. Okay, the font size will be just set to 18 pixel. Also, we can add some font weight. We can add some font weight, and we'll say that this is bold. Okay, so if we click and you see now, this is how it appears. This is how it appears. Great. Now you're done with that. You're done with that. So you can come back here and just at this point the card here. Okay, at this point you can just copy this up to here. Okay, and then you copy it to several. You copy it to several, that's to 8 times. Okay, that's enough. Okay, that's into 8 times. So you see now. Okay, sorry, this is given such we need to add another one here. Then there's another point here we never added certain information. See, this is now it appears, and then I think we just need to add another one. Just need to add another one just below here. We can add another one at this point. Then I think they will be enough now. 8. Okay, that's enough, and then you can change the images, and with this you'll just need to come to the top here. Then we'll start with the first one here. You can change to image 2. You can change it to this one to image 3. You can also change this one to image 4. Okay. Okay, that's and you see now. Okay, it has changed, and images have also changed. Amazing. This is now how it appears, and actually you see now under our information here, and also the text does not look good. So you see also the images here does not look, or the text here does not look good. We can I think can change this one, and we can go to our font. We can say that you can search for Google Fonts. You can search for Google Fonts, and then so at this point you just need to click here. Okay, at this point you can just choose let's choose this. Okay, let's choose this. Great. So you can have something of this out. You can just select this. You can also select this. You can also add this. You can also add this. And so okay, with that then you can just come here and then copy on this. Just need to copy all this. Just need to copy this, and then to your HTML part at the top part here. Okay, at the top part here, you can say add this. Can add it over there. Okay, Now the next one is just to come back here, and then you can just copy the class name here. I just copy the class name, one of them. I just copy one of them, and then you go back and just to your HTML or your CSS part at the top point here where you have your, so this you can add your class. Okay, so you can go back to your site and then you click on refresh. Okay, you can click on refresh there, and you see now it looks nice. It looks nice. You see the information and also the text, the appearance. It looks amazing. Right, now the next part we need to go is we need to go to our about sections, or before we go to our section or our about section, we can check it on a small screen how it will appear to make it responsive. Okay, now let's see. Okay, this is how it appear on a small screen. Does it look good? Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. It looks good on a small screen. Amazing, amazing. Now the next part we need to add an about section. So you see now when you click on dishes, it takes you to the dishes part. So with that is just adding the, okay, that was made possible by just adding some or an ID before here. So you see we have added a certain ID here, and they just write it just to your menu here. You just add it here. Okay, now let's continue, and the next part is to add another section which is about section. And at this point just below this section, we'll need now to add another section. Okay, now this section will be just we can add another ID. We can add another, okay, sorry, this is an okay, sorry, okay, you can delete this. Okay, so just here you can add an ID. You can give it a name which is about. Okay, with that you can also add okay, you can add an heading one at this point, and you can call it about us. Okay, now the next one is to add an heading 5, and then, okay, sorry, this is heading 5, this is heading 5, and say that what chooses. Okay, it's just a question post, and then with that you'll need now to add about container, or this is just a symbol. Okay, def class. Okay, with that the first one will be just about test. We can add an about test at this point, and then we can add heading 2 at this point. So this is our heading 2, and also we'll need now to add some paragraph tag, and then we add some information. So we have added a certain paragraph at this point, and also the next part will just need to add several links at this point. Just below here we'll need now to add several links. So the first one we can add this is what, okay, this is just a simple one, and then you can copy it into several. Let's copy it into 3 here, into 3, also into 3, or you can just make it below here. Just make it below here. You can also address this. Okay, with this the first one we can see that low prices. You can also add the next information to the second one, opened 24/7. Okay, and then you can say that tight security. Okay, Now, with that, the next part and the last part, probably the last part in this information here, we can add a line break at this point, and then we'll need now to add a button. Okay, a button, and this button will just have learn more. Okay, let's go to our browser here and click on refresh, whereby you'll see now your information is added below here. Okay, then the next part is to add just below this dev class. You can have now, you can add an image. You can add an image, and the image will be just okay. You can add that one. Then you can just click on fresh here. See now you've added a certain image at this point. Okay, with that, let's start styling our about section. So you just need to copy this, and then you go to your CSS part, and then just below here. Okay, let's go to our point now. At this point, we'll start with the ID, which is about, and then at this point is about, and then you can start with the heading one. You can start with the heading one. Okay, the heading one will have just a color, well, which is sorry, this is a color. We can have this is okay. This is, and then we'll have font size. You can also set the font size to 40 pixel, and also the margin left. Can also set the margin left to, sorry, this is left. Okay, this is margin left. You can set it to 40 pixel. Great. So you can just copy this. Okay, and then at this point you can set now there. This is the next one is heading 5. And the same you can change the color. You can change the color to be something like, let's say 7. Okay, this is okay. The next one is to change the font size. The font size will be changed to something like, and change it to 22 pixel, and the margin left will be just the same. Now the next part, and we can click on that, and then you see now this is how it appears. So okay. Now with this, we just need to go to the next part, and we'll start with working with our okay, our dev class, our first dev class, which is now about. Right, just below here you can just style it. Okay, the display will be flex. Okay, it will have a display which is flex. We can add some flex wrap, which is will be wrap. Then we'll also have to add some margin. Can also add some margin, which will be 10 to 10 pixel, 40 pixel. And also we'll have justify content, which will be at the center. Amazing. So at this point you see now this is how now it appears. Okay, now the next part is to style now the about. Okay, we can style the, I think we can start with the about text. We can start with the about text, and then at this point you can say that flex basis. Okay, the flex basis, it will be at 60%. And also at this point you can copy the class name here, or the about the class name here, sorry, this is the class name we copy. And then at this point you can start with the okay, the heading 2. The heading 2 is just this information here. So this information here, heading 2. So you can start with the heading 2 at this point. Then you can say that heading 2 will have a font size. We'll have a font size which is 28 pixel. You can also have letter spacing. Sorry, this is letter spacing, and then we can set it to 3 pixel. Amazing. You can also have the next part, which is the color. We can change the color to this color, and also the next part is to style the paragraph here. At this point, you see now we have a paragraph at this point, so you just need to copy all this, and then we'll have now to change this, and we see that this is what a paragraph. Okay, this is just a paragraph tag, and also at this point we'll change the font size. We can change the font size to 17 pixel. Okay, and then the color will be just the same and auto, and also at this point you can set the padding. You can set the padding whereby it's set to 10 pixel top and bottom, and the auto right and left. Okay, also at this point we'll also set the margin bottom, whereby we'll set margin bottom to 15 pixel. Amazing. Now the next part we just need to work on is just this links. The links here. Okay, we can click on refresh here to see how the information appears, and then at this point we see that we'll have this is what the links here. Do not mind about how it is appearing right now, but within no time we'll just make it look more beautiful, and worthy looking at your eyes. Okay, the next part we have said that we're working on the links, and at this point we just need to copy this, and okay, at this point we can say that we can change this one to linger. Okay, to this side we'll change the font size. The font size we can change it to 2 pixel. The padding we can also change it to something like, let's change it to 16 pixel, 2 pixel right and left, and that's all. We can also the margin we can set the not margin bottom. Actually we can set the margin to be just 10 pixel top and bottom, and also 20 pixel right and left. Okay, the next part is to remove the underlining and all that, so we'll remove it by inserting text decoration, which will be set to none. Okay, we'll also set the background. You can set the background will be set to this color. We can set it to this color, and also we can set the margin left. At this point we are specifying a specific area of the margin, and also okay, we'll add now the border radius. You can also add the border radius. The border radius now is shaping the edges of the link, and at this point we'll set it to something like 8 pixel. Amazing. So the next part is to style now to add some transition. Transition is to make it move or transit smoothly when a mouse is placed over, and this one will set it to 0.5 seconds. Okay, now at this point we'll add a hovering effect. Which will be okay. You can just say that this is hovering effect, and at this point we say that the background color will change. The background color will change to orange. Will just change to orange, and also the color now will change to black, or not black, white. Okay, it will change to, okay, this is black. It will change to black. You can just make it black. Okay, this is how what you are meaning now. So when you place your mouse over it, they see now the color, or it's just changing. Okay, sorry, these buttons look so big. I don't know why. I don't know why they're looking so big. Okay. At this point, we can reduce the padding. We can reduce the padding to something like 6, and also change the color. You can also change the color to be white. You can change the color to be white. Okay, let's click on fresh at this point, and you'll see now this is how it is appearing. When you place mouse, it changes the background to everything over there. Alright, now the next part is to style the button. We have a button here. We have a button here just below here, and at this point we'll say that okay, sorry, this is okay. Just below here, we'll just need to add some button. This is just a button, a simple button, and for the button we'll just have almost a similar. Okay, we can just copy all this, and then just need to paste them. Then just paste them, and the font size you can just change to something like 20. You can also change the margin to be 30 pixel 0. Also the border will be none, or the border, you can set the border to be 0, and also the outline now, the outline, okay, the outline will be none. Okay, the background color will be just black, so the background color can be just black. And then we can also change the font weight. Can add some font weight. The font weight at this point, and we can see that this is bold. Okay, you can reduce the padding and all that, and the padding at this point we can say that the padding will be just 5 pixel, top and right, and also top and bottom, and 8 pixel right and left. Amazing. So also we can add some cursor, which is we say that the cursor will be just the pointer. Now the button hovering will be just the same as that for the link. So to do this, you just need to copy this. Okay, and then just after this, you just need to add a comma, and then you say that this is over, so it will be just the same. Okay, you click on fresh, and see, this is how now it is appearing. So you place mouse over it, it changes, and this is how exactly it is disappearing. Now the part we are going to style is just to style the image, or the about image. Okay, now it just needs to come just here. I just come below here, and then this is about image, about container. Okay, image, we can set the flex basis. Okay, this is flex basis. Flex basis, we can set it to either 40%. We can set it to 40%. We can have the height. You can have the height, which will be just set to 450 pixel. You can also have the width. The width also will be set to something like 450 pixel. You can have the border radius. Okay, the border radius will be set to 50%. Okay, so it will be just in a form of a circle. Also, we can add some boxy shadow. Whereby this will be 2 pixel, 4 pixel, and then 10 pixel, 8 pixel, and then we add some color here. Okay, so this is okay, this is how it is appearing now. It is looking nice. It is looking nice, and when you click on this, it takes you here. When you click on this, it takes you here. Now the next part, and we have we're already in up. The next part is to add the review and how our customers are viewing are viewing our dishes. But before that, we just need to look at how it appears on a small screen. How it appears on a small screen. Okay, let's click there. Let's see. Okay, you see now the image is so big and it is appearing so bad, and also the information here is appearing bad and all that. And I think with that we can add some media to our CSS part, and then okay, let's come here and add some media. Okay, this is max width. Max width you can just set to 767 pixel, and then okay, first of all and most importantly, we just need to style the image or the about image. So we can just copy this and just add under this. Okay, under this. Okay, we can reduce the the height to be 230. The flex basis you can reduce this to 0, and also at this point the width also will be reduced to 230, and also the others will just remain the same. Okay, you can just remove them. Okay, the next part is to style now the container or the about. Okay, sorry, this is now we are here. Okay, sorry, this is now okay. We said that it is appearing in form of flex, so the display is flex. So but at this point on a small screen it will be just the same, but also at this point we can say that remove this and add flex direction. So flex direction will be just then will be just column. Amazing. So the other one we can just remove this, and it will have just a margin which is 10 pixel. The other one will be just the same. So we can just remove all that, and that's how it will be appearing. And the next part or the other one is just to add about test. So we have about test. So you can just copy this class name here. And then we can say that it will have a flex basis. It will have a flex basis. The flex basis will be set to 0%. Okay, sorry, this is about test. Okay, let's go back and click on refresh here. See how it is appearing now. Okay. This is now. We've seen that. Okay. This is how it is appearing now. I think we can work on the links here. We can work on the link. Okay, at this point we can reduce the size of the link and all that. So we have our links here. Okay, we can just copy the class name, just the class name. Okay, and then at this point we can just say that we can work and say that the font size will be just 17 pixel. Will be just 17 pixel. The padding will reduce the padding to 2 pixel, and also the margin we can reduce the margin to 8 pixel top and bottom, and also 15 pixel right and left. Okay, so this is how it is appearing now. Okay, it somehow looks nice. And then we just need also this one. You can reduce this, so we are just playing the the styles here and that. So we just need to come here and copy this to class names. Okay, just below here in your media queries, you need now to reduce the font size. You can reduce the font size here and set to something like 30 pixel. You can also reduce the margin left here, and it will be just 0. Okay, so this one will be just the same. Okay, you can also this one set this one to be 0, and then this one, the font size here, we can reduce it to something like 18 pixel. Okay, the color will be just the same. Okay, the next one is to style now, or to reduce the size for the about text. We have a about text here, and which is heading 2, and we can just copy this and just in your media queries at this point, you just need to reduce the font size and also the padding to 1, and also okay this okay, the font size here will be just reduced to 22 pixel. Amazing. So you can just click on refresh, and you see now this is how it is appearing. Okay, this is how it is appearing, and we can change also the about test here, and I can say that test alignment, test align. It can be just at the center. You can set it. So you will click on this one, and see now this is how it is appearing. Okay, now okay, we just need to work on the next part, and probably the next part we've said that it's to work on review part. So just below this section here, we just need to add another section, and our section here, we can have an ID here, and a ID which is review. Okay, with that you can add another heading 1. You can have heading 1 at this point, and heading 1 will have now the customers review. We'll say that customers review. Okay, the next one is to add another heading 5, and you can say that what they have to say. Okay, amazing. Just after that, okay, we can add another, which is now review container. You can have review container. Okay, just a class name, and just inside there we can have review call. All right, now with that we can add some heading 3 at this point, and we can say that this is the name of a person. Can give it a name which is like Philip Mutuko. Can give it Philip, and just inside here we can have an image. We can have an image just inside the class name. At this point you can add an image which is okay. At this point I can give the image which is man. Okay, sorry, this is a man. Okay, okay, with that, just below this you'll need now to add a paragraph. Okay, at this point we have added our paragraph. And at this point we can check out our browse and see that we have added information here, a name, and also some text. Okay, now we are going right away, and we'll just need to start working on the style. So you just need to copy this ID. You can copy the ID here at this point. Then you just need to continue this below here. You'll need now to style, which is heading 1, the heading 1, which is a review, customers reviews. Also we'll have now this is the font size. We can set the font size to 40 pixel. Okay, you can also set the font weight. To bold. Okay, you can also set the color. The color will be set to this color. Okay, you can also set the text aligner. It will be aligned to the center. And also you can set the margin top. Which is 30 pixel. Amazing. So you can just copy this and just below here you can have heading 5 and also the font size for this will be just 24. 24 pixel. You can also the bold weight we can just set to 500, and at this point now the color, it will not be that, it will be just this color, and also the text line is the same, but we'll also have a letter spacing. We'll have to add some letter spacing, which is set to 4 pixel. Okay, now we can click on fresh and say now this is how the information is set at this point. Okay, the margin top, you see the distance is so big. I think we can remove the margin top at this point to reduce the distance. So click on fresh here. See, now it looks nice. Now the next part is to start the you can just copy the class name here, which is review container, and at this point we can say that review container will have a width. You can set a width to 100%. You can also set the height. Okay, you can set the height to auto, so it will be auto. Also we can set the margin. We can set the margin at this point to be 10 pixels top and bottom, and also 20 pixels right and left. Okay, at this point we can also set the justify content. Okay, it will be at the center, and also the display will be in form of a flex. Okay, and also the flex wrap. You can set the flex wrap, which is set to wrap. Okay, let's add that. Okay, now we are done with the review container, and if you come back here and click here, you see now this information is just okay. Let's continue, and at this point we just need to copy this class name. Let's copy the class name at this point, and then we'll continue and add the review call. The review call now, this is just the next class name, the class name here. So we are working on this, and at this point we can set the height. We can set the height to be just auto. We can set the width now to be something like 400 pixels. You can also set the background color. You can set the background color to be something like okay, this color. and also margin. Now the margin will be just set to 15 pixel all round. Okay, now this is what we're talking about, and we see now this is how it is appearing. Okay, now the next part is to work on okay, we just need to copy the class name here. Let's copy the class name here, and we'll just need now to style now the image. Okay, we have a image at this point. Sorry, this is call. So we have a image at this point, and for the image we'll just need to style it, and we'll say that the width will be set to something like 90 pixel, and also the height will also be set to something like 90 pixel. Then the border radius, so we're making so small, and border radius, it will be just set to 50%, so it will be just round. Okay, this is just 90 pixel. Okay, if you click on refresh here, you see now the information, or the this is how now your image is appearing. And okay, the next part, and this one is to add, or let's copy this. Let's copy this, and at this point we are adding now the heading 3. The heading 3 now is where you have your name. This is where heading 3 now itself is where you have your name. Okay, now we are styling this, and we say that the font size okay, the font size will be just set to 22 pixel. We can also have the color now, the color test, which will be set to orange. Okay, we can also have now the margin bottom, which is set to 2 pixel. Amazing. Now the next part is to copy this, and we style our paragraph. Okay, let's reduce this. Okay, this is now our paragraph tank, and at this point we can reduce this one to be something like 16 pixel. The color will be just this color, and also the margin bottom will be just the same. We can also set the tester line whereby the test will be aligned at the center, and at this point we can add some padding. There's some padding, we can say, okay, sorry, this is padding. Okay, for the padding you can set 2 pixel top and bottom, and 8 pixel right and left. Okay, so let's click on here, and you see now this is now how your content is appearing. And for this, the color, you say that the color will be this. Okay, sorry. Okay, this is how it is appearing. So this is just a single card. We just need now to style it, or we just need to copy it into several. So at this point we can just come here and copy all this, and we can just paste it into 3 times. Okay, at this point you can change the names. Okay, can also change the other name here. Amazing. So after that you click on refresh here and see now this is how the 2-3 cards are appearing. Now this is now when you are just at the top and you click on review, it takes you to customers review. Okay, if you click on blog, it takes you here. If you click on dishes, it takes you here. Okay, the next part we are working on is just the last part, and probably of our today's video, and that is the footer. We're just working on our footer. Let's work on our footer. Okay, just below this section you can add another. This is now the footer. Sorry, this is a footer. Now we can remove the comma there at this point, and then we can say that we can add a certain class name here, which will be footer container. Let's call it footer container. Okay, another one will just need to add another class name, which is footer call. Okay, now inside the footer call, now we'll need now to add some edu at this point. Sorry, this is heading 2. Okay, we can say that quick links. These are quick links, and then at this point you can say that this is what UL, and for the UL we'll say that this is what we can have. The first one, you can say that blogs, you set the blogs, and then you can just copy this okay, paste into 4, and the next one can add about, can have review, and also can have what, dishes. Okay, now at this point we can just copy all this. You can just copy all this up to this point, the footer call. Okay, now you just into just 3, or just add another, just 4. Okay, now we can change the information inside here. Okay, we have changed the information here. You see now the image has changed, the information has changed, and at this point we can change also the class name. At this point you can name it call socials, and at this point we can say that this is follow us. Okay, follow us, and okay, this is follow us. Amazing. So you can also just copy this, just this alone, and then you can just delete all this, just delete all this, and then at this point we'll paste it. Okay, now we just need to add some icons here. Just need to add some icons. For this to add the icons here, we just need now, let's first copy something like this, this for class, and then at this point we have now to paste it here, and then you can change it to something like Facebook. You can change it to Facebook. Amazing. So you can just copy this, and at this point you'll just paste it into several, just 4, and you can change this one to WhatsApp. I can change the other one to something like Twitter, and also change the other one to Instagram. Okay, I change that one to Instagram. So if you come back to your browser here and click on refresh, see now this is how it is appearing. You have your links all over here, and also there. the icons just below there. Now the next top part, or the next part we just need to work on is now to work on the style in the footer, and that way we just need to go to our now the CSS part, and then at this point we just need to work on footer, and the footer at this point will have just a width. We can set the width to 100%. Can set the position. Can also set the position to be relative. You can set the position to be relative. You can also set the bottom. Let's set the bottom to 0. The background set to this color. Okay. Now we'll also have the height. The height at this point, we can just say that is auto. Okay. You can also set length with that. Let's click on this now. This is how it is appearing now, right now. Okay. Now the next part. Sorry. Okay, the next part is to work on now the container. So we have a class name here by the name container footer container. So we can just copy this, and at this point we can say that the display. Okay, we can set the display to be flex. You can also set the flex wrap. The flex wrap will be just wrap. Okay. We can also set the justify content. Okay, the justify content, it will be just at the center. Okay, and now the next part we are working on. Okay, it's now our call. Okay, this is now our footer call. Okay, let's copy the class name, and at this point we'll see now this is this is a footer call, and at this point we'll also have now the margin which will be set to 20 pixel and 30 pixel. You can also set the padding which will be set now to 5 pixel top and the bottom, and also 50 pixel to the other side. Okay, now at this point the footer call, you just have the same class name, and okay, the last one has a different class name, but it'll just have the same properties, or just need to add a comma here and then paste socials over there. Okay, so if you click here, you see now this is now they are appearing. Okay, now you are ready to go. The next part is to work on now the footer call. So you can just copy the class name, the footer call, now the heading 2. The heading 2 now, this is the heading 2. This is the heading 2 now. Okay, the heading 2 now will have now the font size. Sorry, this is the font size. The font size which is set to 26 pixel. You can also have the color. The color just set this, and also the font weight. The font weight is just total 550. Okay, now the font weight, and we said that this is for footer call, this class name here, and we have a different class name. but it will just have the same features. Okay, so we can just copy this. And just after this, can just add a comma. Can add a comma at this point, then okay, and then add adding to. Okay, they'll just have the same features. Okay, so if you click on fresh, you see now this is how it is appearing. Now the next part, and most importantly, we just want going to work on a you can copy the class name here. Okay, you can work on the help whereby we'll have list style. Okay, at this point you can say that now to remove the bullets and all that. So this is how you see now the bullets have been removed. They are done away with. The next part, we can say that the padding. Okay, the padding is to set at 2 pixels. Okay, now we can just copy this. Okay. The links now themselves. The links themselves now will have our test decoration. We'll have our test decoration, which is set to none. You can also have the font size. The font size will be just set to 17 pixels. We can also have the color. Okay, the color will be just set to this color. All right. Now, the next part is to work on now the socials. The socials is the last class name here. We can just copy this. Okay, just copy this, and for the socials is the links. So we have now the links here for the under the socials class name, and at this point we're saying that the padding will be just set to 0 and then 8 pixel. Okay, and have the font size. The font size will be just to set to 20 pixel. And also the color will be just white. Okay, it will be just white. Now you just need to add some foreign effect over the links here and also this one. So we can just copy this. We can just copy this at this point, and we can say that the hoovering over it, and then also the hoovering for the icons here. The icons here. It will be just the same, and the background color. The background. Okay, not the background. Sorry. The color. Just change to orange. Okay, so sorry, so we can click on fresh here, and you see that this is how it is appearing. You please give this problem. Okay, see now the color is changing to orange, and also on this you see now the icons are changing. Okay, now the next part and the last part probably is to add some information just below here. A certain paragraph. You can add a certain paragraph at this point. Just below the def class here, you can add a certain paragraph, and you can see that prepared by Philo. Okay, and then you can see that at this point you can add sorry, this is and then you hashtag there. This is for for inserting the uh, copyrights, all rights reserved. You can say that all rights reserved. Okay, then you can add some 2022. Okay, so at this point, you see now this is a footer. You can add to style the information there. You can say that this is footer, and at this point you have a paragraph at this point, and we can say set the font size. You can set this font size to 18 pixel, and also we'll need now to add some text alignment, which will be set to at the center. It will be set with the center, and also the color will be just this color. Right now, okay, let's maximize and see now the information is inserted here, and now our website is complete. So if we click here, it takes it over. Okay, nice. Let's see now how it appears on our screen, on a small screen. Okay, you see now this is how it is appearing. And actually it is looking bad because we have some distance here. So you said that we can add some media credits just below here, whereby okay, at this point you see now this is the problem is this card with which is our refuse, and for this we can just say that we can add a review, just the review heading 1, so we can reduce its size, the font size can be just reduced to something like 28 pixel, and also you can say add some margin top, which will be set to 30 pixel. Okay, good. So you see this now it looks good, and also the next one is now to okay, you can just copy all this there. And at this point this is heading 5, there we can reduce the size to 20, and can reduce the letter spacing to 1 pixel. Okay, the next one is now to style now the review. Okay, the review container at this point can reduce the margin and all that. So just below here we can just copy this, and then we can reduce the margin, just to be just 15 pixel top and bottom, and the other one will be just out of. Okay, now you see now it is looking nice, and there is no distances here, and also for the footer here we can see that also it is looking nice, but also you can reduce now the font size and all that, the font size which is the heading 2, the font size. Can reduce the font size for this. Then at this point you can set the font size to be something like 20 pixel. Right, now you can click on. No, I think now it looks nice. And There's problem with the icons. Problem with the icons at this point, they are looking bad. So you can reduce the socials. Also at this point, you can reduce this one to something like 17. The color will be just the same. Also the padding will be just the same. Amazing. Okay, so with that, look, you see now your website looks nice. Your website looks nice, and you can click here and that. So that's the end of our presentation today, and I hope you grasped something on this video. We are still working on our subject or on our project, and tomorrow we'll be doing something different. And remember to subscribe and share, and remember to turn on the notification bell that you'll be reminded when you upload a new content. Make sure you leave a comment. It really helps us to be encouraged and see where we can improve, and maybe on the next video we try to make it more beautiful and more educational as you wish. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I'm free. Bye bye.